Marhaba. Hello to you. This is Natasha Abu-Fadel, a choreographer in research of the essence, meaning, reconciliation, and purpose within choreography. Of course, that naturally makes me curious in other choreographers' choices and process around how they reconcile, structure, and articulate our place in the world as movers. Welcome to Conversations on Choreography, a place to archive spontaneous dialogue and inquiry from the perspective and lens of a choreographer, between choreographers, about choreography. I curiously wonder about the choices, purposes, and meaning behind what's been composed and articulated. This platform is a mode of research investigating where choreography stands today and where it seems to be going. I aim to challenge and plant the seed for choreographers to depart from the bounded and limited realm of understanding stage dance and to participate and engage with it and through it with less of a grip and more with wonderment in the possibilities meant to emerge. I'm curious to observe and listen to the ways choreographers create. What do they pay attention to, or lack thereof, when involved in the dynamic perceptual process of building relational situations? What becomes intelligible through the relations between body, space, time, and environment? So the base question here is, what does it mean to explore the composition and articulation of choreography as being in the world through movement, as something more foundational than just the arrangement of mere steps for the sake of decorative aesthetics and presentational technical skills, but rather as a way of being through which we come to know the world, relate to others, and understand ourselves? How can creating on the basis of this question transform the ways choreographers and dancers engage and enact through the art of dance? Thank you, shukran, and enjoy Conversations on Choreography. For the first group of choreographers that I was interested in having these spontaneous conversations with, these were participants of the Cure 8 program in Oklahoma City. Cure 8 is an 8-week creative experience that pairs local dance makers with leading industry experts to produce new original works that premiere at Oklahoma Contemporary Arts Center. Through these mentorships, artists weave community engagement and advocacy for pressing social issues into their creative process. Choreographers collaborate with local social service organizations, crafting works informed by topics paramount to the community. By presenting works that call attention to specific social issues, the audience's experience is more than passive observation. It catalyzes active engagement and dialogue for social change. Curate's vision aims to increase networking opportunities, enhance artistic development and community engagement, and drive social impact, ultimately leading to growth in the local dance ecosystem. Curate is such a wonderful program, locally created for Oklahoma artists, to be provided with a platform to create what's heavy on their heart and what's important to their walks of life. And as a choreographer of the first run of this program, I can say that it was a turning point in my career. It provided me with the opportunity to get to work with local dance artists and to finally have the resources and the opportunity to create what was heavy on my heart at the time. And it gave me so much courage and confidence to continue to want to share my voice. And it's been really wonderful and beautiful to see this lineage continue and to see these opportunities be provided for more local dance artists to get to watch it continue to evolve and continue to press on really important social issues. So enjoy these mini episodes of my conversations with the Curate choreographers of 2025. So I have 4 questions for you, more on the general sense, and then I'll go deeper into your piece if that's okay.
Okay, yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Okay, so if you had another week or two in your process, what would you have shifted, changed, taken away, or added? Or maybe you would have kept it the same.
Okay. If we had 2 more weeks, I probably would have added another section.
Wow.
Because there's a song that like it didn't make it to the track. Actually, that had like a different track that like had it and had something, one of the tracks like taken away. But then the length was 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I need to stay within the parameters. But it's another song that like really hits hard and like to me personally like, and I would have been more collaborative with the dancers.
Okay.
I feel like because of time, and also because I feel like if my name is on the piece, like I really have to take ownership of the being clear of what I want to present, so the dancers can be I understand, and then there's no confusion. But then in the process was collaborative, of course, in ways, but I also was just like, okay, like, this is not, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm stealing choreography or things. So but there was moments where like collaborative process was better, and while the piece was almost getting done, I was like, oh man, maybe I would have, if I could have played around with that aspect, maybe the piece would have done a whole different way.
Yeah.
So that section, I was like, okay, I think I want to do that, and it ended up not being like.
Where would you have put it?
It was right after Garcita, which is the solo of the girl with the backpack,
yes,
and then leading into
the last
section, right in that
in between.
Okay. And then you see how all the bodies are tumbling into each other. That kind of like that was like the collaborative part that I was like, okay, we can put it there, and gave me the inspiration to that. I want to play more with that aspect, and then just time.
Beautiful. So the collaborative part is what inspired you to want to put more. But to keep building on what was created.
Because we had such a good sketch. It's just like, and we were done early with the piece too.
Okay.
But then once I got injured, then I couldn't really demonstrate or dance with them. So I had to sit back and lead with voice and so that was just like,
so that's a whole I think that this will go into the next question. Did you discover something new about your creative process? And then if so, is it something you would have liked to explore longer or maybe in more parts of the choreography?
I definitely did. I did learn that some people really work differently, and for instance, like Alani and Rachel are fellow OKC ballet dancers, and they're quick and dynamic, and they have all of these ideas, and it's just like, all right, here we go, move on, and then I'm used to working with them, and the other dancers, not that they have other qualities and they're important as well. Just seeing, for example, like, I was in the beginning, I was very comfortable with like those two people that I know, and then like welcoming to the other dancers. So once I shifted the ball to that side, the choreography really was more rich.
Oh wow!
Because Gannon and Mackenzie, they have another like other realm of steps, for instance. So it's just like, I do like that as well. And then I'll look to Rachel and Lani, and they're also like impressed, because like I said, with the three of us, we dance in one place.
Yeah.
So
one style,
and and we have a way of rehearsals because we do that this every day, 9 to 5, like 5 days a week. So we, in a way, like we were invited to the space. And then once like we were like, oh, okay, like this is not ballet. This is not.
You can break
okay,
those boundaries. Yeah.
Then the piece like shine differently, and like we were imitating now like their way of like working. So
working and moving, you feel?
Working and moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. So do you feel that your piece justified your topic in the way that you researched about it? Like, do you feel that your message really came through with the way that you composed the story?
I think, yeah, it did.
Good.
So super happy about it because, like, in a way, I was afraid of talking. The piece will be misinterpreted and like, lead into something that like some discussion that like we don't really need to have regarding the state of the world and like all the let's put the term illegal like people. Like I don't think there's such a thing as like illegal. There's undocumented.
I agree with you.
And putting that as a fact, I don't need to discuss this.
That already
matter.
dehumanizes, right?
So it's like, let's go to this side where like what happens when somebody is born in here, or maybe let's say brought into this place. And I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about like any part of the world where a person didn't choose. When I said a person doesn't choose, is a kid that like is just seeing adults do their thing and just trying to understand the situation. So I think it did had these colors, and people were actually seeing the colors of the piece. And a lot of things were up to interpretation, and people got the interpretation that like things I didn't even see.
Cool.
For instance, like the fact that like Lani is alone. Did they left her there, or did these people disappeared, or like they were never there, or they did help.
Interesting.
So
was it one narrative, one through line with Alani, or was it maybe different scenarios? Is what I'm kind of hearing right now, like different scenarios of someone going on that displacement journey.
How I saw it was linear.
Okay.
In like beginning of the piece was let's say almost the end. The end was the aftermath, and then like the second part was really the beginning of the story. But
I can see that.
But Alani, it was the main focus. Now some people they can interpret it differently if they
yeah.
But that's the intention, so I could like also puzzle piece things, because if not, then like I don't want to leave like a loophole that is like, wait, that didn't make sense.
Like no consistency.
Yeah,
I understand. I mean, it's an interesting topic to create around when it's so personal to you. Like I think a lot of people also forget to ask the question, why do people get displaced? They just complain about the reason that they are immigrating to a new territory. Like, do you think these people want to leave their homeland? As someone who also researched this topic, and it's personal to me too, I'm with you that I wanted people to have conversations about immigration itself and why is it happening. You could say that these people come here and they do X, Y, and Z, and but are you looking one step behind and asking why? And also, do you think these people actually want to go through this long journey?
No. Usually it's just sorry to interrupt you, but it really is just to find a better way of living, or just just to find a better place.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think superficially it brings this better life to people, externally, but internally, that everyone, they wish they were on their in their homeland.
Exactly right.
And that's where I think
that's the deep, the depth of it.
The push and pull, right? It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. In one word, describe how you felt when you found out you were a choreographer, and then one word to describe how you feel today, 8 weeks later.
Well, definitely excited and achieved. Like
good.
It was a goal, and like it is done, which makes me feel like it was the reasons why I wanted to do this. They're met.
That's fulfilling.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you for, pushing yourself to do this. It's not easy. Can we talk about your piece a little deeper?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'll let you go. Okay. I actually loved your beginning. Like just walking in, they were already in motion in the dark, and then they kept walking and then they stopped. I was really curious what it would look like if you kept exploring the walking through space before they took the stop. I think it really started to set up the space. So I guess I'm curious, what gave you the idea to start just walking in, just like already being in motion?
I think the idea, I picture it as like, my original inspiration was the Venezuelans walking to Colombia. And that's what I like. The walkers and Caminantes is the thousands and thousands of steps that these people took. So the very beginning, if you do a marathon of like these people did, and I say Colombia because it's the first country that you have to cross away from Venezuela. People took Brazil as another route, but then, like, geographically in Venezuela, that path is a lot more dense naturally. The Colombian side is probably more routes.
Okay.
Like you can actually walk through asphalt and like follow cars and things. That very beginning is exhausting. Like all of them are they're not really walking in pace. They're just following one step and another, and they're willing to keep walking. Is just pure resilience.
Wow.
Like just like, but probably mine is not even there anymore. But every step, like, it's just
they know they have to keep going
to continue forward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted more of all of that.
You said that, it's like I did struggle a little bit with because the very beginning of the process, that was the very beginning we did, and I had to move on.
Interesting.
And I would have been cool to circle back.
Did you create it linearly also?
Maybe one section, and maybe on top of my head I can't remember. Maybe I did Garcita.
Okay.
Because that's the other song that I was like, oh, musically I could like even picture the counts without even, or like you envisioned it, movement, and then you're like, this should set right on this phrase. And then I went back with the end of the song.
Okay.
So I think I kind of jumped.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So every time they marched rhythmically or all together, like across the space, again, like I was so attracted to all the walking patterns, and the way that you put rhythm with the music. I think it connected the culture. Like maybe what I know you're trying to speak to all immigrants around the world, but you're also speaking from a very personal place, and of course your culture is going to come through with that. So yeah, I really enjoyed those moments. It would have. I think I like to pick parts from pieces and see how it could be. I don't want to say recreated, but what could have been created with just one or two concepts from the big thing. Yeah. I think is really interesting.
Honestly, that's a good way of, like, now he's giving me like. I wish I had those 2 weeks now. Like, and after this conversation, I would have been like, all right, guys, this is not done. Really, like it. another perspective.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I think as dancers, we feel that pressure of like, I have to keep going with the dance. I have to keep creating it and building the story. And I think we generate usually more than we should or need to, you know. But we feel that we do have to do that.
Yeah, we all have to like keep accomplishing things, or not accomplishing, but keep tweaking things, and it's just like make it better. Always trying to improve, like as dancers.
Always. Yeah, we're never satisfied, right? I mean, I shouldn't say we, but it's
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's hard to see it. I don't know how you feel about seeing it on a stage with lights and costumes and like. I'm sure it really brings it to life. Mm-hmm. But for you, do you feel that it's the finished product, or do you feel that it's still a process, a work in process?
I hope I can use the piece again and like restage it. That way, like we'll make a different story.
Sure.
Like, what I witnessed and like what I was able to put in there, like I said, like to make art is really fulfilling, and like, but personally it was just like wow, now I want to call my family, and like it's just like right now I have a sense of like I am away, but like man, I do need to probably just concentrate on the people that I still have. Like there is distance, yes, but like we also can reach out and like so yeah. It brought more of the witnessing the piece and like seeing like some of the characters. I'm just like that the dancers even created. Like they don't have names. They're just like it would be anybody. But then the more I looked at it, I'm like, wow, I do have a mom and a sister that they've done so much for me and for my other siblings, and my grandmother have done so much for my mom, and like there's just all this. There's a family root that I just like in the piece, like the white paint was to reflect like how people are fade out of your life, or you're being marked. It was just also auto interpretation, but like time passes. For instance, like my older brother, there was one day like we always talk, we always FaceTime, and then I didn't notice that his beard is white. And I was like, and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm also just like, whoa, I'm also older.
Wow.
Like, so yeah, it has brought me like this perspective of like I shouldn't also fade away.
Yeah.
I can't fade away from my family if I still have one. So
of course.
So
wow. So a lot of mirrors.
Yeah.
A lot of reflection back for you.
Yeah.
With your family, but also like with the piece.
Yeah.
It spoke to you, right? It spoke back to you,
Mm-hmm.
and what you were, the essence that you put in there.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Like brought me proudness, and brought me like a sense of like ownership. Because in a way, I would like move to Oklahoma, and now I feel more like, okay, this is my place. But then like one day I'll go back, and like I need to make sure when I'm back, like nothing, that place doesn't feel foreign for me. You know what I mean?
Oof, brother. We could talk about this for a long time.
Man,
it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It's like I don't. Yeah. Like if I bring my family here, this is probably my home. It is my home. So, but once I'm there, like I don't want to feel,
How long has it been since you've been
10
back?
10 years.
Oh my gosh.
10 years. Yeah. Because I found a place, and then now this is like it's my circle. This is where I can I belong. But
you have to learn how to belong here.
Yeah, really, it's just the state of the world and a group of bad people that like really messed up the country.
Yeah.
Just for greediness and to put money on their pockets.
It's really sad that it's the same story in so many places.
Yeah.
It's really, really sad.
It really is.
Yeah.